Good morning, Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch. So, this is, I guess, a plant haul for my client that I am doing a planter installation at a large restaurant, event, venue kind of place. It's going to be the horny toad in Glendale, but it's been known as the desert rose, which I kind of like that better. And I was hoping they would keep the name desert rose and keep it separate, but I guess they want to expand the horny toad concept. So that's what we're dealing with. And the owner wanted me to put in a lot of low water use plants. So this is what I went with. I've got 4 of these elf aloes that I'll probably split up somewhat. Did I call them elf aloes or lace aloes? I did call them elf. I love these things. I love the size of them. They just always look good. Really like them. And these are the Shrek ears, or what is it? Gollum something. Gollum jade. And these have been doing phenomenally in my landscape, so I think they will do pretty good over there in the planter. And again, these can be split up. The planter is pretty large. And he is fine, the owner is fine with plants that you put in that aren't necessarily going to fill the whole thing in, and they'll expand eventually. And I believe these will do that, so that's why I chose these. And I know how good they are, and the colors in the sun, the ones that, if you haven't seen my video, they're so beautiful. They get full sun pretty much out in my front succulent planter, and they just look great. And then I got 3 of these palms. I don't know what I'm going to do with them exactly, but these were Mac Daddy deal. They were 20 bucks. Usually these Phoenix palms are, if you can't get them less than 35, and you can usually find them for 35, and they're bigger than this, but I don't necessarily want them to be bigger. I want them smaller, because we'll probably, when they get bigger, I'm going to try to put them in a place where if they get bigger, that's fine. But maybe after 2 or 3 years, we can take them out or move them around somewhere else that we think we need a bigger plant for that location for shade purposes or something. So, okay, that's what we got going on there. Now, these 2 I haven't actually utilized, so I didn't buy as many of them, but look at how beautiful they are. This one is the chocolate fingers. And this one is called, doesn't say on that side, lemon bean bush. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how those do. I just think that all of these plants together are going to have nice contrast with each other. And I did get this really one nice specimen of a mangave, which was like 25 bucks just for that one dude. Looks like there's some pups, but look at how beautiful that mangave is. So that's gonna kind of be a little highlight plant. Got a couple of portulacas, elephant foods. Just need to have it. I didn't want to do too much of it, but because these are pretty easy to propagate, they don't really look like much for like 9 or 10 months, and then all of a sudden they take off. So and I'm cultivating these plants, and we can cultivate them and add them in later. Those will be, I just want to have a few to get started, and then this could possibly be one of my filler plants later that I put in. It's kind of hard to, and then these, okay, aloes. These aloes are like $25, which is a good deal considering you get all the proliferation. And these can be split up. But I really liked these because they make a nice contrast to everything else. So I ended up getting 2 of those because I just needed a little more contrast versus 2 of these, because I just only had so much in the budget for these $25 bad boys, because all of these here are like $8 in these plants. I think the elf aloe is 10, but so I loaded up on those and then just got a few of these more expensive ones. And I'll probably bring a couple of them up to Cave Creek location, and some of these will go up to the Cave Creek location. But look at this thing. When I first saw this, I loved it, and I knew I wanted it. And you can best believe I'm gonna take one of the little babies, 1 or 2 of the little itty bitty baby ones, and maybe, I don't know, we'll see, and try to grow them on here at my nursery. But this is the Christmas sleigh aloe. I mean, it's just so pretty. Look at it. I just love it. But I mean, I really wanted to buy more of these, but I really needed more contrast, so I went with an extra one of these. And then these over here are from my plant nursery, and they're all pretty much subpar. And there's only one plant that's high quality enough for getting top dollar for, and even the top dollar wouldn't be that much. It would be this blue agave here, and even that, if you look at it closer and from the top, that's probably the nicest specimen I have. Everything else is just kind of but they're okay enough, I think, to use for this project. So, and then I have a bunch of cuttings and pups that are bare root, and I've got cactus cuttings, and those are all gonna go. So these are all the plants that are gonna go in to the horny-toed Glendale, formerly known as the Desert Rose. And these are called Delta Lights, in case you're wondering what those are. If you're wondering what these are Agave Americana Marginata, I believe. I call them the Yellow Margin Americanas. For me, that's just the easier way to remember. And it also kind of describes to people. Unfortunately, I mean, these would look really good had I not allowed them to get these water burns. But when they grow out, they're going to look really good. And they are very pretty plants. And then we've got the Candelilla. And I've got some Arizona cattails over there, some pretty subpar Arizona cattails. So I'm just going to stick them in, and they'll just have to hopefully grow out, look good, do their thing, and it'll take time. They're not going to have instant impact with that. And then these are the lace aloes. Let's see. These will lotus. They come out in this prayer form. And then if you pull them away from the mother plant and plant them as individuals, they will turn into a lotus, more like they'll open up. And they're so pretty. I love these lace aloes. And They take a little time to do that though, 3 or 4 months maybe. So we'll be popping in some of those. Yep. All right, so tomorrow I'm going to start this job. I got to pull out some citrus trees and put the soil in the planter because it needs 10 inches worth of soil, and hopefully I'll be able to get some of these plants in tomorrow. We shall see. I'll probably just try to place the palms. I don't know, I have to think about it. And then Tuesday I'll put all the plants in. So, Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch, getting ready for a big job. Super stoked. Oh, let's take a look at this mangave. I mean, look at how beautiful that is. I just love these things. Okay. When it rains, go out and dance.